How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 6th of June 2021. I'm going to be doing the analysis for the trading squad for DAO. This week it's going to be Swissborg and Uniswap for me. CryptoPoint.fr, he's going to be doing the pairs that are, I say pairs, but the tokens in the Wealth app that have been allocated to him for this week. So be sure to check him out as well. He does some great analysis. If you're French speaking, then that's the place to be. So the DAO effectively, as I've said many times, but we like to just throw it in there at the beginning. We have a trading squad over at the DAO. We like to promote, technical analysis. There's 5 of us, and we kind of cycle through the analysis to make sure that we're doing a complete rundown. Lots of different styles of technical analysis, and we throw education in there as well. So it's really good. It's a really nice dynamic that we've got going on. And myself, in English, I do the videos for the DAO, and CryptoPoint.fr in French. He does the analysis in French over on his channel. So with all of that said, this week for me, it's good old CHSB and Uniswap. So I'm going to do a complete rundown. Again, the analysis has already been done for the pairs for CHSB and Uniswap from me in text form. That you can find that over either on my Twitter, which is at LockStopPips. It's down in the description anyway. There's slides you can go through all the analysis, and it's published both in English and in French. So the written analysis has already been done, and I do the video analysis for the coins that I'm looking at. So with Swissborg, I mentioned pretty much the same thing that I've been kind of going through for the last sort of 2-3 weeks. Price has steadied. It's kind of grinding between a very tight range of around about 70 cents to 80 cents, and it's not really doing much of anything really. We've had a small pop to sort of 90 this week, but it's nothing to shout home about, and it's certainly not anything that is going to be exciting enough or volatile enough for us to be paying attention to Swissborg, at least in terms of price action, price delivery. So the theme is the same. We're having this kind of slow, drawn out period now, and until we have a big injection of volatility or a big injection of liquidity, nothing's going to change that. We need to see something dramatic. On the weekly, there's nothing happening. We can't really deduce. The only thing that we can say on the weekly that makes any sense at all is this area here, okay, and price is effectively in it. That's the problem that we face right now. So this is the current liquidity pool that price is effectively dealt off within this range. If we go over to this area here, which is the area that I noted in the written or the typed analysis, and you can see price is currently sitting on this right now. So again, what can we do with this? Not much. In terms of going forward, I would love to be the bearer of good news and say, everything looks great, everything looks amazing. It is likely that price is going to explode, but I'm just not seeing that. The only thing that I will say, and I made a mention of this in the chat or the channel. Sorry, I need to do that so I can make a reference to 92. Okay, so roughly about here. Okay, 92 is a level that I absolutely believe price, when it runs, is going to run to. All right, so I'm going to leave this up here. We're going to forget about it. We're not really worried too much about it, but no, it wasn't 192. Sorry, it was 197. My brain's gone numb. So it's about here, guys. All right, and it's off the chart. So it's still there, but it's going to be off the chart for now. All right, so 197. Just keep that number in mind going forward. You don't have to worry about it. Don't think about it too much, but just remember that I said 197. Right. So again, I would love to be the bearer of good news and say this is going to go, but again, we're not really seeing any flows. If we really want to break this down, okay, and let's really get into this for a second. All right, zoom right in, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing as it is right now. Okay, currently we are sitting on a liquidity pool, okay, that price is accumulating off. We can encompass the entire pool, okay, which would probably be about there. All right, so this is the new liquidity pool that it's created. Price is tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, okay? We can come a little bit deeper into this. I wouldn't want to see price come much past this point here, okay? In terms of maintaining this kind of grind until it pops. I'm not expecting price to just drop and go lower and bleed and anything like that. I'm expecting I'm expecting CHSB to slowly work its way up now, okay? But this is going to take some time. So these are the levels. These are the areas that make the most sense. Now, in terms of the upside, you know, the most logical place for price to want to go to is going to be just above these highs, okay? Now, we've already created a small amount of liquidity above this level, around about sort of 90 to 92, 93. So if it does get up there, there's not really much left on this side that's going to stop that, yeah? It doesn't mean it's just going to rip, but I think we will see one pretty soon. I'll say it like that, and that's $1. If we drop down to the 4 hour, again, you can kind of see, yeah, you can. I'm saying yeah, like you guys know what I'm saying yeah too. 1 second, I'll show you. This, and we're kind of refining this now to silly accuracy, but effectively, this is the area just above these highs. This is what I was saying, just above these highs, and yeah, it's around about 92, 93. So if price dips here, expect going forward, okay, and this is really irritating, it's going to be very, very annoying, but expect going forward price to kind of bounce between these two ranges. On the downside, there's much more support down here. There is a small imbalance over here, okay, where price could come to. We can get super anal with this, and go as low as here, which is around about 55. But again, if price does drop into this level, okay, we've got the mean here, which is going to respond nicely from. If it gets through this, then this is going to hold price for now. And I wouldn't expect price to go much lower than this. You know, I am not a fan of talking around about. I'm not a fan of talking of these, you know, 50-cent numbers, 50, 55-cent numbers, because I'm not expecting price to go down there. The reason I mention these and I talk about them from time to time is because if price snaps down there, it won't stay. It will snap and you know, and drive back. If it bleeds quickly, it won't stay there. It will bounce off these levels, you know, and go back to this area where it's been doing a lot of accumulation and allowing the market to build up liquidity both sides of this consolidation. This is very important, okay? We're getting liquidity build up, open liquidity below the consolidation and above the consolidation, okay? So when that happens, you know, if you look at it from, and I'm going to say some things now that I don't normally say because they're a little bit more advanced, but you know, when you have accumulation or build up of open liquidity on both sides of consolidations, generally what you tend to find is if, in quotation, if CHSB is bullish, okay, and has upward momentum, so all of this is accumulation to the buy side, then dropping into this area is to knock everybody out the marketplace. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, would anybody want anybody to be knocked out of Swissborg? Don't worry about any of that. Just understand that I have a very unique and unorthodox way of looking at the market, and this is why I'm so accurate with the analysis that I do, okay? So if it drops, it's to stop people from buying or being in at a good price, yeah? It's the only way that I can explain it that makes sense. I'm not saying anybody's trying to stop you buying Swissborg. That's got nothing to do with it. It's just the mentality that you have to have when you're approaching this type of analysis, so you truly understand what's going on when it comes to velocity, when it comes to speed, when it comes to manipulation of price and what we see when we see the things that we see, okay? So with all of that said, if the momentum is bearish, then you get the opposite. You get eventually, and you'll see this a lot more on the Forex market if you want to understand what I'm saying, but you see a lot more upside. So you'll get a snap to the upside to, you know, scoop up any liquidity that's above here, and then it reverses and it'll continue to bleed lower. Personally, I'm not seeing any of that in terms of downside. For me, it's a drop, a dip, accumulation, maybe as low as here. It won't be very, very fast, and then we'll, you know, continue going higher. The most preferable scenario for me is just it just grinds up. You know, once we get back to a dollar and, you know, and higher, I think we're good to go. You know, for a nice little run. But in the meantime, we just have to be patient and just kind of grind through it, wait and see, and we'll take it. You know, as each day comes, we'll analyze CHSB, see what it's doing. You know, look at lots of different factors, and eventually, you know, we are going to get a catalyst that's going to get this moving again. So with Uniswap, again, did some analysis on Uniswap with, this has already been done, but I'll kind of go through it. Okay, yeah, so I kind of go through it. It might be weekly levels actually. No, it's not. It is daily levels. So we have this level that I made a reference to down here. Okay, we have liquidity that was here and an imbalance over here. Price went straight through that, cleaned everything out, rebalanced, and then we had a really nice response away from this. And again, I'll just quickly mention this. The DAO, okay, is an initiative that when an initiative is presented, through the DAO, it has to be voted on. Okay, so as it's voted on, people will either vote yes or no. And when we were approaching this and getting all of this DAO trading analysis, trading squad, stuff together, we had some great feedback from, a lot of the members saying, a lot of the community saying that we need to see, more fundamental analysis, for example, or, we need to, focus more on education. I do my very best to put as much education as I can in there, okay? And what I'm about to say now is one of those educational moments. The problem is people don't know that I'm doing this, and this is why I'm making it really specific now. I'm going to really point it out so you are aware of it, and okay, this is a little golden nugget that I can put in my toolkit and something that I can be aware of going forward, okay? It applies more to trading than it does investing. But what it represents, the concept, what it represents is applied on all time frames across all time spectrums. It makes no difference. It just works on everything, okay? The reason why we know this is rebalanced, okay? Even if you don't understand what rebalancing means, the reason that we know this has rebalanced is because the move away from this was long enough and it reached an opposing liquidity pool, yeah? That's very, very powerful information that I've just given you, and it's very important because we are unlikely now to retest this level because there's absolutely no need now for price to come back down to this level. That's it. It's done. We have a rebalancing. We have a move away, and it's hit an opposing liquidity pool, and it's respected that so far. Dipped in. We have another small imbalance down here, which I didn't make a reference to because I wanted to leave it for the video itself, but there is an imbalance down here. So if price does come lower, be mindful that 20.50 to around about 21.50, that dollar range is where price should rebalance and stop. It can dip a little bit into it, but that's where it should stop effectively, and then we should start to get some more movement to the upside to rebalance up here and hit this area of liquidity in this area up here around about sort of 33 to 34. Okay, for now, as it is currently, Uniswap is holding pretty well. Personally, I would like to see this drop in terms of an investment. Okay, I would like to see this drop into this level, and then just start to move away from this a little bit, and this would be a nice accumulation point. Okay, just around about here. That would make a lot of sense for me, to do a study. Yeah, I'm calling it a study, right? Because I'm not allowed to give trade advice or investment advice. That's not what I'm here for. I said I'm not allowed. It's not about not being allowed. It's about being responsible. So these are studies. It's for education, and obviously for you to take away what you hear from all of us in the trading squad and try to apply that to your to your analysis, because we know what we're talking about. So that's Uniswap. I do like Uniswap. I am quite confident that Uniswap is is going to be one of those tokens that's going to be a good spot to be in. I'll say it like that. So with all of that said, guys, I hope everyone's having an awesome weekend. The analysis was a little bit late this this time because I had a lot to take care of over this weekend, some personal things. But I will be back doing the analysis probably more in video form going forward. As you guys know, that I post a lot of content on my YouTube channel. So we'll be doing, or I will be doing, along with Crypto.fr, the analysis in video form, him in French, me in English. We'll be posting that generally on Friday or Saturday. So we'll take it from there. All right. Take care, guys, and I will speak to you soon.